Hey guys, I wanted to show you the goblet squat today using both the dumbbell and the kettlebell. Either will work. I'll show you just a couple differences between the two. I prefer it with the dumbbell, just feels better in my hands and just seems a little bit more natural for me. But kettlebell is a great alternative. All you got is a kettlebell. It works too. Squatting, very important movement. It's very fundamental. I think the goblet squat feels good. I like the distribution of weight to the front, having that kind of that small center of mass right in the middle of your body, right here, rather than a big barbell across your back. I think this is a really great exercise to learn if you're just starting out with squats. I definitely think that if you're not familiar with barbell squatting to the front or the back, that you should start with this movement right here with actually no weight. So body weight squats first and then progress up to a goblet squat. So anyway, that being said, squatting tends to be one of these controversial subjects about, for whatever reason, the argument against squats would be that squats below parallel or hard on the knees. The latest research and science does not support that. So if you do have physical limitations that prevent you from going below parallel, I would recommend working your soft tissue, foam rolling, getting massage, deep tissue massage, rolfing, working with that tissue, working on your flexibility, your mobility, taking care of your body so that you can comfortably come down here and do whatever it is you need to do, because this is a very capable ability. This is a very important movement to be able to do. You see little kids down here exploring their environment. Gray Cook taught me that this weekend. This is where they hang out. This is where they're doing their thing. So it is a very important movement to be able to do comfortably. Just because you can't do it right now doesn't mean you'll never be able to get there. It took me a little bit of time to feel comfortable that low and be able to kind of hang out there. But it's something that I prioritized. I practiced it. I do have a little bit of knee pain. I do have tight hips. These are things that did not limit me because I wouldn't let them. I work on my hip flexibility, which is a daily struggle, and I also work to manage pain in my knee. So another good thing is working your ankle mobility too. You want to make sure that your ankles can move appropriately without tightness and pain, because that will prevent you from getting low. So take good care of your feet and your ankles, take good care of your knees. Work on, this is hugely involving a lot of flexibility and mobility here, which is why I'm spending a little more time going over that rather than demonstrating the movement right off the bat. So remember, flexibility, your mobility, so important. So keep that in mind when you're doing a movement like this. If you're getting frustrated with not being able to squat with a barbell, this is where you need to be. So kettlebell, or dumbbell rather, you come up, you're holding a goblet squat, or you're holding the dumbbell like a goblet. And the feet are going to be about a little bit wider than shoulder width. Toes might naturally point out here. When you come down, I like a nice deep goblet squat. So just right here. I don't let my elbows get in the way. The dumbbell is not touching me, but I'm going to show you why you would want it to touch you in a minute here. So I'm going to show you from the side. So just going to be here. This is whole body right here. I mean, this is my core is being activated so much right here. I feel it every time I come down and back up. Abs are bracing. This movement is no joke. So it's going to expose weaknesses, just like a lot of complex movements will do. Be aware of that. If you're having a hard time getting deep in your squat, there are a couple things you can do, but one I'm going to show you real quick. Keep the lower part of the dumbbell in contact with your stomach the entire time. So just to get you more comfortable, your elbows might run into your knees a little bit, that's cool. But let that kettlebell stay in contact. If it's going away from you, a lot of times this is what people will do if they don't have that flexibility. They're just kind of doing this weird hinging motion, and they're not able to really get into this motion here. So if you let that kettlebell stay in touch with you, you can kind of focus on getting a little bit lower without moving away, as you can see, just like that. So that would be with the dumbbell. Same exact thing with your kettlebell. You're just going to hold it right here on the sides. Keep the elbows up, preset the back, drop down, we won't talk a lot about breathing. With this movement right here, I recommend inhaling on the way down, so exhaling on the way up. I think that's something that everybody needs to practice and master, because sometimes some of these movements we do are just so crazy and so difficult to kind of regulate your breathing with. Your breathing will make or break a movement. So if you're kind of hyperventilating while you're doing this, you're not going to last very long. You're going to kind of, peter out, and you're going to be done. So workout's over, you're going to get lightheaded, people get nauseous, stuff like that. So your breathing is super important. It's going to control this movement. You control your breathing, regulate it. So, like I said, in on the way down. Also, when you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. That's what I recommend. Nose is a filter, it's going to filter that air. Nice strong exhalation on the way up. And awesome movement. I just can't say enough good stuff about this one. In the beginning of this, when I said that I have a really tight hip complex, this has helped me tremendously to be able to get down here without pain. And if I hang out here for probably 3-4 minutes, I do start feeling hip flexor pain. So it's one of my weaknesses, which I like to go towards my weaknesses. I don't like to go away from them, go towards them, work on that, and make this less of a weakness and maybe someday a strength. So whatever your weakness is, find it and work on it. But if lower body flexibility and strength are a weakness, work on simply just pretending that you're holding that kettlebell, and practice without weight, and then progress to a dumbbell or kettlebell, whatever you have. You could hold even a weight plate and do the exact same thing. You can hold a kid in your hand safely, whatever it is. But such an important movement. I am a huge advocate of correctly performed squats, and I think that everybody should learn how to squat. If you're not squatting, you're missing out. So anyway, once again, let us know if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.